I watched one of my favorite horror/horror comedy movies the other day, let's say. The movie is Teeth.
Ooh.
And if you haven't seen the movie Teeth, the premise is it's a woman who's in high school, and she finds out she has teeth in her vagina.
Vagina dentata! It's definitely a good movie as far as bad movies go.
Oh, it's awesome. It's great. She uses her vagina to enact vengeance on those who slight her with their dicks.
They should make a sequel to it, though.
Like, okay, so let's say Godzilla 1 is Teeth, and he just destroys everything, and she just wrecks dicks like crazy.
She needs an arch nemesis.
So
we need a Mothra.
You need a Mothra to fight her teeth vagina.
Yes, the next one's gonna be Teeth 2, Armadillo.
He's got an armadillo dick.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
Here we go.
It's the Bible reloaded, tragic explosion, like Jesus and Moses, but it's Hugo and Jake. The Bible is jaded, and most of it taken, so get educated with Hugo and Jake. Pull up a pew and stop what you're doing, it's Bible reloaded time. They call it unaided, the theist will hate it, I'm talking to taken, but it's Hugo and Jake. So I'm with the show then, it's not candy coated, it's the Bible reloaded, with Hugo and Jake, with Hugo and Jake.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hugo.
I'm Jake.
And this is the Bible Reloaded.
This is starting off well.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Glad you're here again. It's nice. It's all right. We're here to read.
I like you.
Yeah,
I like some of you.
I like most of you. I'll say I like most of you.
I think most. That was 51%.
That's not bad.
So what happened last time? Sister rape did.
Sister rape
happened.
Yeah, a brother. What is the guy's name?
Just Jaime Lannister. Jaime Lannister fucked his sister, and then she didn't want it. But then sort of it happened, and then David was mad, and then he left. And then Jaime Lannister got killed by his brother Tyrion. I don't know. This analogy breaks down over time because it's not the Bible.
Okay.
The guy gets killed, and now the guy who killed the raper is running away, and David's also mad at him.
But it's
He's
his son.
But he's like, I miss you, guy who kills rapers. So it's weird. It's weird right now.
It's just one of those things. You'll see what happens. Okay. So, I gotta...
Are you redoing it?
No, I just gotta tell them where we're starting. And you're laughing.
Sorry.
Stop that. This is absurd.
You're absurd.
We're not allowed to have fun. This is our job. Fuck you.
It's the best job in the world. Minus being a part-time porn star. Not a full-time. A part-time.
Just enough where you're not, like, over it.
Yeah, but you get laid, like, a lot, and it's in interesting ways.
Okay.
Unless
You know most male porn stars end up doing gay porn?
It makes sense.
Gay for pay.
There you go.
Sounds like an alright gig.
I guess. And I mean, if you're cool with sticking your dick in a dude, like,
You make way better money.
yeah. I mean, whatever you want to do. I couldn't do it. I guess I don't think I could. I've never really made a considered effort to fuck a dude.
You
But
should try it sometime. What if I presented you with $100,000 and said, try and fuck this guy?
I could try to get a greed boner.
And it's not, and it's an attractive man as far as men go.
How
we can
attractive?
We can go wherever you want. Do you want it to be
Gosling?
You want it to be Gosling? Because I can make it
But
like
not a ripped Gosling, like a svelte one before he got jacked.
Okay, I can do that, and I'll give you a pill, so you're already hard. You just have to fuck him
Oh, I could.
to completion, though.
Ooh.
So take
It'll
out.
take a while as it is. So it's like,
That's fine.
but now he's got a butt.
You don't need-
Does he take care of his butthole?
Totally
Okay.
waxed and
smooth?
bleached. Waxed, bleached. It's smooth,
Okay, good.
lubed with
Is
whatever you want.
He's not like he wants it, right?
He wants it.
Okay,
but every once in a while, he's gonna be like, ugh. But it's not super
It's
masculine.
like a lukewarm.
It's like you can in your mind you're like, that's a dude. It's not a masculine dude, but it's a dude.
So this is the show, and this is how it's gonna be.
Anyway, today we're doing 2 Samuel chapter 14. I'm sorry for everything we've ever said.
Just wipe the slate clean.
Wipe
real
it
quick.
clean.
Wipe it. There's
done.
still some cum on the bottom of the slate. Just put a piece of paper
Cum
over
slate.
it.
Slate cum. Here we go. This is either going to be really good or really bad.
It started out hot, real hot, but did we burn too hot? I guess we'll find
Only
out.
time will tell.
Like, is this our Lindsay Lohan night out? episode.
This is it. We're done.
We just burn way too hot at the beginning of the night, and by the end of the night, we wake up in jail.
Like, the beginning of the night was Mean Girls and Parent Trap, and by the end of the night, it's Whatever She Is Now.
Machete 2.
Yeah.
I hope not.
We're not going off on another tangent about the beautiful Danny Trejo. Anyway, hi, Danny.
Hi, Danny. I have a picture of Danny. Here it is.
You're a beautiful man. You look like a tanned leather that's been left out for far too long, and at this point
someone drew on it.
But god damn it, I love you. Anyway, 2 Samuel chapter 14. Absalom returns to Jerusalem.
That took a while.
Yeah. Joab, son of Zeruiah, knew that the king's heart longed for Absalom. So Joab sent someone to Tekoa, and had a wise woman brought from there. He said to her, "Pretend you are in mourning.
Just like she walked in, and he said, "Pretend you are in mourning." She's like, "Are you gonna give me like a setting? This is a cold reading."
Hollywood's hard, man. Sometimes they're just like, be in mourning. Get on the couch. Take your shirt off. That was a rough time in my life.
That was a casting couch joke.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad time. It was just rough. I enjoyed it. Pretend you are in mourning. Dress in mourning clothes and don't use any cosmetic lotions. Get your skin all crackly and gross.
Nothing
like Danny Trejo.
Ooh. Nothing above St. Ives.
That's sad. Act like a woman who has spent many days grieving for the dead. Then go to the king and speak these words to him. And Joab put the words in her mouth. When the woman from Tekoa went to the king, she fell with her face to the ground to pay him honor, and she said, "Help me, your majesty." The king asked her, "What is troubling you?" She said, "I am a widow, my husband is dead. I, your servant, had 2 sons. They got into a fight with each other in the field, and no one was there to separate them. One struck the other and killed him."
I read this before.
Yeah, this is Cain and Abel, basically.
That's the only story, really, that she has to fall back on, though.
Yeah. "Now the whole clan has risen up against your servants," they say. "Hand over the one who struck his brother down, so that we may put him to death for the life of his brother whom he killed. Then we will get rid of their heir as well. They would put out the only burning coal I have left, leaving my husband neither name nor descendant on the face of the earth." The king said to the woman, "Go home, and I will issue an order in your behalf." The woman from Tekoa said to him, "Let my lord the king pardon me and my family, and let the king and his throne be without guilt." So here's what's happening here. Joab knows that David wants his son back, the son who killed the rapist.
Right.
However, because of social pressures and stuff like that, and
probably stubbornness,
David doesn't really want to say, "I'm going to pardon him for the murder," even though he was killing a rapist still. It's, it's vigilante justice, which even then I guess is not okay in this circumstance. Joab sent this woman here to try and tell a similar story, because David's a sucker for parable when he doesn't know it's a parable, to tell a very similar story to what happened and get David to pardon that imaginary son. So essentially,
so he can show that basically, hey, it's okay, see you have it in you, and why couldn't you do it with your son?
Yeah, so that's what's happening, just in case you're wondering, because it can get a little convoluted with the names and the places and the vows.
You're so good to them.
I know.
Them is you, people.
Jake's like your abusive first boyfriend.
Sort of. Not like physically, but you're ugly.
Yeah, like...
You guys are ugly.
And like the sex was probably really, really good, and you'll always have burning feelings for him, but I'm the one that you'll like buy a house with, and like you'll co-sign a mortgage, and like things are alright. Like stuff is not that great in the bedroom, but like it's serviceable.
Like you gotta finish yourself off sometimes.
Like all the time.
And during your midlife crisis,
like 7 out of 10.
We'll have a weekend again, but then I'll be like, And
you think it's the beginning of something new, but then it's like, nah, and it's like, no, you're just vacuuming and...
Go to marriage counseling and...
Then she fucks the counselor. I have my life planned.
It's a good plan. It's a solid plan.
It's not the worst plan I've come up with. In this one, I'm alive, so...
Probably till...
The king replied, "If anyone says anything to you, bring him to me, and they will not bother you again."
Whoa.
She said, "Then let the king invoke the Lord his God to prevent the Avenger of Blood from adding to the destruction, so that my son will not be destroyed." They're talking about the Avenger of Blood again, which they talked about earlier, which I thought was more of an abstract concept, or even maybe a real person who was kind of meant to avenge stuff, but it's like, they're mentioning him again.
It sounds...
It's almost like the 4th part of the Trinity that's like the thing that went down to Egypt and killed all the babies.
I can't tell if And I guess I haven't studied like what this says in the older versions or what it implies.
Yeah.
It either sounds like a deified sort of like justice spirit, I guess, or it's what they're calling people who avenge.
Yeah. It's just interesting that it's the same phrase over and over.
Right. So I have no idea. Like, could be. I don't know if they're implying another god or not.
No, I don't think they are. I think
or a hand of it. You know
I
what I'm
think-
saying? Like an
I think
agent.
that's what they're referring to. I think they're using it to refer to, for lack of a better word, the judicial branch of God who's trying to hand out justice
That makes sense.
via his...
I think
which makes sense.
that
It's
could
just
be it.
Interesting. As surely as the Lord lives, he said, not one hair of your son's head will fall to the ground. Then the woman said, let your servant speak a word to my lord the king. Speak, he said. The woman said, why then have you devised a thing like this against the people of God? When the king says this, does he not convict himself? For the king has not brought back his banished son.
Oh, snap.
David doesn't understand, like, shouldn't he have been like, man, this is a lot like my situation.
Yeah. This is like, what was that movie? Like, You Got Served?
You Got served?
Is that-
I've
is
never
that
seen
in-
him. I've never
is that in
seen
the
a
movie?
movie with a title anywhere near to the title You Got Served.
I'm pretty sure it was a popular thing in the early 2000s. You got served, son. And then, like, Nick Cannon would be like, hey. And then be like, all right.
I make a concentrated effort to ensure I always stay away from anything that's within 7 degrees of Nick Cannon.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's easier than you'd think lately. Like water spilled on the ground which cannot be recovered, so we must die. But that is not what God desires. Rather, he devises ways so that a banished person does not remain banished from him.
This sounds like a verse people would use to,
Justify salvation?
yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Probably, but that's not what they're talking about. So if anyone uses this, which I haven't heard very recently, just tell them it's not what that's about.
Yeah, because it's the Old Testament. That whole salvation doctrine, in that sense, doesn't come into play until
Yeah,
New
much later.
Testament.
Yep.
Yeah. And now I have come to say this to my lord the king, because the people have made me afraid, your servant thought, I will speak to the king. Perhaps he will grant me his servant's requests. Perhaps the king will agree to deliver his servants from the hand of the man who is trying to cut off both me and my son from God's inheritance. And now your servant says, may the word of my lord the king secure my inheritance, for my lord the king is like an angel of God in discerning good and evil. May the Lord your God be with you.
That's so long-winded, lady.
She's basically just saying, hey,
She's sucking his ego, dick.
You're very just. Do what's right. See, I said that in a sentence.
I just said sucking his ego, dick. So you can pick one.
Yeah, whatever.
You can pick his or mine. It's fine.
His is better, but... The king said to the woman, don't keep from me the answer to that I am going to ask you. What a dumb way to say. Just answer the question, bitch. Let my lord the king speak, the woman said. The king asked. This is one of those things where it just keeps going back and forth. She said, he said, and then he said, she said. As a writer
There's a better
or
way
an
to
editor,
do that.
I'm not a good creative writer. I'm just not.
You just put them. You just press enter.
But don't do it this way. This is like reading a screenplay, but like a bad one.
Yeah. You just press enter. We know. We get it. We get the cadence of it.
The king asked, isn't the hand of Joab with you in all this? The woman answered, as surely as you live, my lord the king, no one can turn the right or to the left from anything my lord the king says. Yes, it was your servant Joab who instructed me to do this, and who put all these words into the mouth of your servant. Your servant Joab did this to change your present situation. My lord has wisdom like that of an angel of God. He knows everything that happened in the land. Again, sucking his dick.
Yeah. I don't know how you can say, hey, you should change your mind about a thing, but also... you have the wisdom of God.
It's like they're tiptoeing because they know he's not afraid to murder him on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, you're all powerful and great, but hear me out. Here's what you should do differently. The king said to Joab, very well, I will do it. Go, bring back the man Absalom. Joab fell with his face to the ground to pay him honor, and he blessed the king. Joab said, today your servant knows that he has found favor in your eyes, my lord the king, because the king has granted his servant's request.
I think we had a scene swap without them telling us.
Yeah, the Bible does that.
We had the king talking to some lady, and now we have him talking directly to Joab. So I assume time has passed.
See, here's
because
the-
Joab, the implication was he didn't go with them, and he's not in the room.
Whenever I see the illustration of this online, because I look at this stuff, it's always of him in his throne room, which implies that maybe we're supposed to think that she came to his throne room and talked to him,
right?
And maybe Joab was there in the corner.
I was pretty sure she was there, but I don't know if he's there.
They didn't really establish it.
It's weird. It's fine. I'm just saying, like, for so you guys can visualize what's happening. Joab's now speaking.
Yeah,
because it's tough when they jump around like that.
Then Joab went to Geshur and brought Absalom back to Jerusalem. But the king said, "He must go to his own house. He must not see my face." So Absalom went to his own house and did not see the face of the king. This is interesting. Before doing this, I read a little bit on this as to why this was.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple things. The main one that I seem to find is he's okay now with pardoning him for the murder, but to save face, he isn't letting him into his inner circle again quite yet.
That.
So he's just kind of letting him in, and then maybe eventually the plan will be to let him in slowly, but he just feels like at the time it's not a good idea to bring him back in to where he was previously.
It's like at the end of a term when a president pardons killers and stuff, he's not like hanging out with them. Actually, it's usually blue-collar crime and their friends, but...
Scooter Libby!
Scooter friends!
Think about this. The President of the United States once had a friend named Scooter. Verse 25. In all Israel there was not a man so highly praised for his handsome appearance as Absalom.
Ooh.
Absalom, super hot. From the top of his head to the sole of his foot, there was no blemish in him, nowhere, not even on his butthole. Blemishless butthole, which is really, that's the true test of a man. How many blemishes on his butthole?
0.
Whenever he cut the hair off his head, he used to cut his hair once a year because it became too heavy for him. He would weigh it, and its weight was 200 shekels by the royal standard.
Or 5 pounds. 5 pounds of hair. That's
a lot of hair.
That's half a baby, roughly.
Or a preemie baby. If you smoked, it's what your baby was like before it died.
Oh.
No, they know what they did. It's probably what it sounded like for like a minute, and then it was like, kill me, and then it died. It died because you couldn't not smoke. You feeling good?
Or you could have been doing other things like
heroin. I don't care. Crack. I don't care.
You smoke crack though. You can smoke heroin as well, can't you? I don't know how drugs work.
Can you smoke heroin? I think that's you shoot heroin.
You can but you
cook it in a spoon.
Can you smoke it though?
I don't think so.
Guys, can you smoke heroin?
No, I'm pretty sure you.
Guys, can you smoke heroin?
You melt it and then you inject
for a friend.
Nobody. No, you're wrong though. I don't even do it, and I can tell you right now, you don't smoke heroin.
Can you smoke it?
I'm almost positive you do not smoke heroin.
What if you can?
Maybe you. I never. Then why would people inject it? That doesn't make sense.
Because it's faster.
People don't like inject nicotine because it's faster, though.
They probably would. You just gave everyone an idea.
Okay, good. Do it and die. I don't care.
Don't fail me, guys.
3 sons and a daughter were born to Absalom. His daughter's name was Tamar, and she became like a beautiful woman.
Ooh. Tamar is also the name of his sister, who was raped.
Here's the interesting thing, too, in this passage. Like it just said, 3 sons and a daughter were born to Absalom, and this is in 2 Samuel chapter 14, verse 27. However, if you skip forward to 2 Samuel chapter 18, verse 18, and I quote, "Now Absalom said, I have not son to keep my name in remembrance." Yeah. So does he have kids or not? You could make the argument that possibly somewhere between then and here, the kids all died, but it doesn't make that clear to my knowledge. So as far as I'm concerned, it is a contradiction, which happens in the Bible seemingly every other chapter. So
yeah,
keep that in mind.
It's getting better though. Maybe it'll be every other chapter next time.
Maybe we'll make it after all. The band is gonna hold us. Song is from the 90s. I can imagine in a montage, maybe in a wheelchair, finishing a race or something.
Getting the trophy, but not a participation trophy. It's first place trophy.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
My stepdad finally accepts me. My uncle is gonna stop touching me.
No.
No, he's not. Now you're sexier. You're a winner.
Verse 28. Absalom lived 2 years in Jerusalem without ever seeing the king's face. Then Absalom sent for Joab in order to send him to the king, but Joab refused to come with him. So he sent a second time, but he refused to come. Then he said to his servants, "Look, Joab's field is next to mine, and he has barley there. Go and set it on fire."
That is not the way to make someone help you.
No. So Absalom's servant set the field on fire.
Of course.
Then Joab did go to Absalom's house, and he said to him, "Why have your servants set my field on fire?"
That is a valid question.
That's a pertinent question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absalom said to Joab,
Don't change the subject.
"Look, I sent word to you and said, 'Come here so I can send you to the king to ask why I have come from Geshur.' It would be better for me if I were still there. Now then, I want to see the king's face, and if I am guilty of anything, let him put me to death."
That is okay.
Strong
You're
words.
You're clearly guilty of killing someone. I get it. I can understand. He raped your sister, man. I get it.
It's mob justice, though. That's not
with-
legal.
I'm with you.
So Joab went to the king and told him this. Then the king summoned Absalom, and he came in and bowed down with his face to the ground before the king, and the king kissed Absalom. So that story basically was, he invited him back, he came back, didn't get to see the king, gets mad, lights a dude's crops on fire because that's his first line of, like, he doesn't get his way, so he immediately destroys someone's livelihood. And then he gets his way because he's a whiny little bitch. And then his father's like, "It's alright." So, now Absalom is back and he's in contact with David, so that means nothing but good things, right?
Wrong. This is a guy who murders people and lights shit on fire, so it's exciting.
So here we have Absalom's conspiracy, in which he starts to conspire to try and take the kingdom from David, because it's what you do. You got nothing else to do. And this is in 2 Samuel chapter 15. Absalom's conspiracy. In the course of time, Absalom provided himself with a chariot and horses with 50 men to run ahead of him. That was quick. How do you get 50 men to just be part of your chariot brigade?
To run ahead of him.
Yeah, just faster than the chariot. That's impressive. He would get up early and stand by the side of the road leading to the city gate. Whenever anyone came up with a complaint to be placed before the king for a decision, Absalom would call out to him. "What town are you from?" He would answer. "Your servant is from one of the tribes of Israel." Then Absalom would say to him, "Look, your claims are valid and proper, but there is no representative of the king to hear you." And Absalom would add, "If only I were appointed judge to the land, then everyone who has a complaint or case could come to me, and I would see that they receive justice."
Remember, judges were kind of more like mini dictators as well,
Yeah.
so they had more power than just, doling out sentences.
Essentially, they'll come to David with a problem, and he'll be like, "Sure, I can mediate," and he'll fix the problem for them. As you've seen stereotypically in things where there's a king, townspeople will come to the king and bring him problems.
Yes.
And that's what's happening, except in this case, Absalom is stopping people on the road on the way there and saying, David's busy, he's not here to represent you. Hey, if I were in charge, though, I would be, even though clearly David would help them out if they came there.
What a fucker.
What a fucker. So he's trying to turn people against the king.
It's working. I hate David.
This is one peasant at a time, too, which is really the
arduous.
Even Hitler didn't do that.
No.
Even Hitler knew to, like...
Crystal knocked!
Yeah, that sure is a thing that happened.
Well, that was one of the... Don't worry about it.
I
Just
know.
shut
I know.
I know.
Also, whenever anyone approached him to bow down before him, Absalom would reach out his hand, take hold of him, and kiss him.
Ooh.
Absalom behaved in this way toward all the Israelites who came to the king asking for justice, and so he stole the hearts of the people of Israel. The people of Israel, real fickle. They try and bow down to you, you kiss them, they're like, "Oh, fuck, I guess I'm loyal to you now." Huh. Real easy.
Well, I think he, makes out with him a little bit, though.
Just a little bit. Just enough tongue. He invented French kissing.
He's not even French. He named it that before France was a thing.
He was the first Frenchman. True story. Don't check that.
That's French.
No, it's not.
That's how you sound French.
At the end of 4 years, Absalom...
Wait a second. Wait, at the end of 4... David, for 4 years, handled 0 complaints, and he's not like, "This is weird. Should we go check?"
No, David was just like, "I'm doing a really good job.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
No issues.
Where's Absalom? He's been gone for 4 years. It seems like every day he gets up at 5 in the morning.
There's
and goes
only
and
one road. And
stands by the road. This is really weird.
He's killing a lot of people. I should kiss more people.
At the end of 4 years, Absalom said to the king, "Let me go to Hebron and fulfill a vow I made to the Lord. While your servant was living at Geshur and Aram, I made this vow. If the Lord take me back to Jerusalem, I will worship the Lord in Hebron." The king said to him, "Go in peace." So he went to Hebron. Then Absalom sent secret messengers throughout the tribes of Israel to say, as soon as you hear the sound of the trumpets, then say, Absalom is king in Hebron. 200 men from Jerusalem had accompanied Absalom. They had been invited as guests and went quite innocently, knowing nothing about the matter. While Absalom was offering sacrifices, he sent for Ahithophel, the Gilonite, David's counselor, to come to Gilo, his hometown. So the conspiracy gained strength, and Absalom's followers kept increasing.
Oh,
so
fuck.
his plan, which is a weird plan, is essentially
Kind of Castro.
finally show David, see how many people I already have in your ranks? He's saying, when all these trumpets blow, everyone who's on my side at the same time is going to yell out their allegiance to me, which would be frightening. Also, where are they that these trumpets can be heard from everywhere? I don't know. Maybe Israel's only like 3 square blocks.
It's got extremely good acoustics.
That's Israel for you. Great acoustics all around. That's why they wanted the area.
Yeah.
That's why the Palestinians want it now. They're like, oh, this sounds so good. It's like being in the bathroom singing all the time. That's what war's about, man. Acoustics. Anyway, so that's it for this episode.
Yay.
Next time we'll get into what happens when they do blow the trumpets and how David reacts to this insurgency.
And you'll be here, because this is a really good episode.
Yeah, it's alright.
You'll be here. You'll be here.
So thanks, everyone. Seriously.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys. I haven't said that lately.
I do too.
Even the shitty ones. I like you.
Especially the shitty ones.
Um,
You're like the cayenne pepper. And everyone else is the chicken. So you're not the best part, but you're give me kick.
Thanks, everyone. You can always check us out on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
Or you can check out Hugo at Hugo Reloaded. Definitely get Twitter. People, we have 70,000 subscribers at this point, roughly. Why do I only have less than 9,000 followers on Twitter? Get yourself a Twitter. Follow me. It's a great fucking time. You guys are slacking.
Yeah. You can always check out our Facebook if you want. I'm not even going to link to it here, but it's just the Bible Reloaded. You'll know because our logo's the picture. I post things on there occasionally, usually just the episodes, but if you want to know when the episodes come out, you can do so there.
Yeah.
Um,
Wednesdays and Fridays.
yeah.
8 a.m. Eastern time. All the time. Every day.
Other than that, did I say Patreon?
Do Patreon.
Patreon. Sure,
There's an
Patreon.
orange thing.
It's a link.
Subscribe if you want. If you haven't. If you haven't, that doesn't make sense.
Do it.
That doesn't make any sense.
And I think that's it. Until next time, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this has been the Bible Reloaded.